Hello and welcome. I do apologise, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Let's Drone Out. Sorry we're late.
Hello and welcome.
Every time.
It's back.
It's the professionality of it all.
Don't worry. The Hobby King one, I had it going in my laptop at the back. Don't worry about it. Like after that, I can't say anything, which is annoying. Tonight we are joined by Andrew/Frank.
Hello.
And ERC.
Hello, everyone.
Tony drinking out of what I can only assume is a dog bowl.
Bonjour.
And everyone's favourite Curry Kitten.
Hello.
I've packed your shirt, by the way. I just need to send it. I will speak to you after. About 10 o'clock.
Please don't put any special stains on like Andy's.
I know. I don't know what happened there. Oh, no. That was a pre-show.
Wait a second. You don't know what happened there. Are you sure about that? Because I'm sure I saw somewhere someone dressed like Freddie Mercury.
Well, with a bin bag for a skirt.
With a bin bag for a skirt, singing "I Want to Be Andy RC" instead of "I Want to Break Free."
I want to be Andy RC. It kind of goes.
Is
that too high? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, on my nice clean shirt that then turned up that looked like, I don't know.
Mate, I rubbed my pits with it. Everything kicked it around. Ripped some cubes out.
It really did look like that, though. It did.
Do you want to tell them what bonus treat you got in there?
For some reason, there was a sanitary object included. Can you explain that, Jack? Because it's quite hard to explain when you're opening. Oh, look, a nice new T-shirt. And what's this green long thing with an applicator?
I can't believe you open things that Jack sends in front of anybody. Have you learnt nothing?
Well, I didn't. Usually, this is the thing. Usually, I know when it's something that's come from Jack because it's just got offensive things written all over it. But I specifically asked this time if I could just have some normal mail. So I opened it with my other mail, and lo and behold, it's still
And I do vividly remember Jack packing it, folding it up, ready to pack, and just passing it over to me and like, does that look like a nasty stain to you?
Yeah, it looked like it's some sort of bodily fluid.
Suspicious.
Have you got a UV light? Could you have seen whether it was me wanking into it? Because I couldn't have wanked up into it because I had it and Frank was present for the whole time.
Plus, that's what the socks
for.
Yeah, that's what the socks. I washed the sock. I can't remember who asked me to wash the sock.
How many minutes in was that? So is that 6 minutes in? I'm just trying to censor ourselves here.
What? Did someone swear?
You did twice.
You're gonna have to rename the sock to something else.
Is that swearing?
Yeah, I didn't realise. I'm sorry.
No, but let's work it out. Let's brainstorm. What word can we replace that with, and it still mean the thing that it means?
Jack's happy place sock.
Jack it off. Jack.
The Jack.
Wank's okay. Is wank swearing?
He's Jack.
I think wank's swearing.
I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to say it on CBBS
or in school.
Yeah, I didn't really think about wanking as.
The problem with you Southerners is right. Every other word that you say is a swear word, and it's
Well, it's better than a series of grunts.
Yeah, but at least we're allowed on iTunes up here at least.
Yeah, I suppose fair
Doesn't
enough.
have to be edited out.
So yeah, I do apologise about your shirt. You came off lightly.
Yes.
It sounds like you came on it lightly.
Yeah. Al got a tissue and a condom I found in the street in the pocket of his hoodie.
Is this what you do?
And the worst part of it was my neighbour saw me like dart out the house, laughing hysterically down the street, pick something up, wipe it on myself, Maybe that's what it was. It was like, maybe I was wearing your vest. And then run back, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I found this condom. I want to send it to someone. I think it's funny." And she went, "Yeah, that is." And then,
where can people watch you being Freddie Mercury on? Was it Instagram?
Yeah,
everybody listening to the show.
There you go. The link's in the chat, guys.
Go to Jack's Instagram and so just so there's some context of what's going on. And I just wanted to ask Jack as well, you know, when you put the vest on, how did that make you feel? Did you feel liberated?
I felt northern.
Yeah.
You felt northern. Tony, you're supposed to be my friend.
Sorry, pal.
It's fine.
Well, he's gone back to see his best friend.
Underflute got his stuff yesterday, and there was a picture of my penis crudely drewn in felt tip by Jack that I got sent.
It was to scale.
It was to scale. I was quite impressed with the shape and size. You got it spot on. That's good without seeing my penis.
It's quite chody. It was an artist interpretation.
So anyone on here ordering stuff, don't bother.
you get, hey man, you get bonus stuff.
You get incentives, yes. If you,
I'm still trying to work out if it's worse to have Jack jizz on your t-shirt or
random
unknown stranger's condom that Jack found on the street.
Oh no, because it's Brighton and all. So
can someone load up the Let's Drone Out chat on their phone and hold it up to their cameras? Because like
no one's talking, everyone's like leaving and disgusted.
There is 50 people listening to this conversation.
Sorry.
How long we've not even talked about drones?
Someone show Andy RC's original letter.
Letter? What letter?
You know, the parcel with the dog's asshole and like this picture of the UK with North and South, and then Ireland. I wrote Wales.
Moving swiftly on, we have had a donation from RDF.
We've had loads actually.
What, tonight?
Yeah.
RDF PV says, "What's up, Andy RC? Everything is good."
People giving us money before we came on. I don't know if that's an effort to stop us going live.
Yeah.
Like, we'll pay you if you don't talk anymore.
Please shut up. Yeah, we had a £10 donation from Underfluke. Thank you very much. Let's get it started then. We were waiting for Andy RC and Tony. And Rob Britton donated £2 because I cheated at the Whoop Challenge. Well, I got the whole Whoop Challenge wrong.
Yeah.
Look at Andy looking at Andrew/Frank looking at me in disgust. He's like, "It was a simple brief. I don't know how you got it wrong."
How did you do it wrong? Because you caught it with your shoulder, what?
No, because he thought he had to steer it with his bloody mouth. What are you doing?
No, he didn't.
Wrong. It was just a different interpretation.
It was still one hand.
Yeah.
It was funny, so that works.
Yeah.
And along with who was it?
Rob's was the best.
Rob's timing on his look to the camera at the end was absolutely
I don't think we should
golden.
spoil it though. I think if
so
people just go and watch it, it is
how's
very
it going to
funny.
work? Are we going to show them? Are we going to show them on the show? Are we going to play them back?
They're on a playlist on our channel. If you go to youtube.com/Let's Drone Out, and then you can find the LDO One Hand Whoop Challenge playlist, and there's all the entries that we've found out about.
I posted mine today. I've had 3 dislikes.
No way. Oh no.
But I've had 95 likes though, so that's
all right.
Yeah, I haven't liked it yet.
Yeah.
I think we should pick a winner and then actually put it on our LDO channel.
It is on the LDO. Oh, it's well
That's
not, just
not in a playlist. Like, just put it in as this is the winner of the.
I've got one large shirt and I have one small shirt. So
I don't want anything from you. So if you want a Johnny,
the small shirt that I got the envelope caught in my hair a lot, so the envelope sticky bit is full of my hair.
Oh god, didn't say that.
Look, we all have accidents, okay? By the way, if little thing, Frank's editing the potato episode, and if you look clearly, you can still see the chopstick attached.
Why is that doing that?
Oh, God damn you, Tony.
Sorry, I didn't even touch it. Sorry.
I've still got the chopstick attached to my transmitter.
Now there's a train.
Is there a closing date to this Whoop thing? Because I put mine on my channel, but I was a bit late doing it.
Yeah, last Friday.
I think it should be open a bit longer.
For as long as we keep going on for.
Until we think of something else to do.
Yeah.
That's the current challenge.
Even if we think of something else to do, if someone sends us a link to a video
I
where we've done
thought-
the one-hand whoop challenge, I think we'll add it to the playlist.
I thought of one. It was to do with reversing every single control. So your throttle is backwards.
Oh my God, that is dangerous.
Yeah, but some people, Jack, are saying the Whoop challenge is dangerous. But if you did that with a Whoop, or all of the people who fly mode 2 have got to fly mode 1, all of the mode 1 flyers have got to fly mode 2, all of the people who can't fly line of sight have got to fly line of sight. That kind of thing. There's loads of stuff.
There is loads of stuff. Let's just stick with the Whoop challenge for a minute.
We came up with my friend Neil and I, who's in the chat as Crikey, once came with this idea of having 2 people fly a plane, which has been done before, but using all the inputs as head trackers. So it's like one guy's on throttle and rudder doing this.
Wow.
And the other guy's on aileron and
That'd be quite good.
the other one, elevator, yeah.
Right, I'm writing this down. We are going to open a shop.
What?
I do want to have a go at mode 1 at some point. Only because
No, you're a traitor. You know that. You'll get your Southern passport.
You'll start wearing
revoked.
a vest and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Take my transmitter apart just to mess around with the other stick.
Do you find your mother attractive? It has begun. You did say no.
The reason is, okay, so I was trying to fly my Micro Sky Hunter on the weekend.
Look at him trying to dig himself out. Yeah, I'm
So, like,
listening.
2 weeks ago, I was flying it, and it was really windy, and probably too windy really to be flying it, but I wanted to fly it, so I did. And it survived fine until I forgot that it needs to be going very fast when going downwind. But you know, and then on this weekend, and it was dead calm, and I was trying to launch it, and I just couldn't launch it. I couldn't get enough airspeed over the wings, over the ailerons to counter the torque roll from the motor. So what I really needed to do was be able to control the throttle and the ailerons at the same time while launching it, which in mode 2 you cannot do.
Surely you just like throttle full up with your mouth, have your stick for your ailerons, and give it a proper man throw, not a Frank throw. So
I was launching it enough that it smashed into the ground and ended up a bit squiff. But you know, there we go. Yeah, I just don't like the whole not having actual hands-on control.
Why don't you just get one of them Hobby King launchers? You know, them a big elastic band.
I've actually got one of those. I hadn't thought of that.
Stamp on it, and then it goes.
You actually? Do they work?
Apparently, I've seen them.
I haven't got a particular launcher, but I've got a long rubber bungee.
What about if we use my skateboard and you put it on there, and I just press the button, and we send you along the road, and then at a decent speed, you just off you go.
That could work.
That'd be fun.
So, anyways, sorry. Going back to this Whoop challenge, Jack? You said you're giving away shirts for like the best one. Is that what you're getting at?
Well, no, it's not the correct size. I don't know. I'm not allowed to give anything away without Frank's permission.
We like after all the shirts and hoodies and everything, I think we had about £2 left.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we make not enough profit. Mind you, we're like, aren't you guys changing who's printing them now?
We can discuss this off air.
Okay.
So basically, it's just
Sorry,
a challenge for everyone to get involved with, and if if you do it, you'll end up in the playlist.
Yeah,
And-
send us a video. We'll stick it on the playlist.
And at some point, we might pick the best one and show them on the show or make a separate video. Is that the idea?
It's just a playlist. That's
Just-
all it is.
Just
Ah,
well, there you go, then.
no.
We will definitely all watch it and have a good laugh.
Yeah,
And,
it's fun.
and
Do
it is good fun, and it's some people will look at it and say, well, that looks easy, or some people look at it and say that looks hard, and the answer is it's somewhere in the middle. It can be made to look both easy and hard, depending.
I'm getting the comments that I'm getting on my one that I posted today is, oh, that's how I land my tiny whip every single time. I wish I'd have recorded it and all this business. So I think people think.
Prove it.
I think people are thinking that it's too easy. I
didn't happen.
I didn't think it was easy. In fact, mine was a fluke. That I did it on the second go. I didn't think it was easy at all. What I did was I cheated a bit. I used a bit of forward trim because I'm mode 1, so I've got my throttle.
He admits it's the northern thing. It's the northern instinct to cheat.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's in his element. Sorry, carry on.
What I wanted to do, but I didn't have enough time, is I had the idea of I did try it, but I don't think I could pull it off. The idea was to fly in front of the mirror. So you can actually, if you fly in front of the mirror, then use the copter looking into the mirror, you can actually see you fly line of sight through the copter. The only thing I didn't realize is you've got no depth perception because, you know, so you put your hand up to where you think the copter is, and it's over here, it's behind you. So you go for grab it and it's not there. But that was another idea that I had. But
you were so close. I bounced off your hand. It was really nice seeing like both footage.
Yeah, I got the 2 cameras going.
Thank you, RDFBV. Just donated some money to us, $3.99 US. Cheers.
He's saying that we should all go and buy drinks with it. He is saying.
Yeah, Tony,
Okay.
would you like to play a sound because you've been
No,
feeling a little under the weather lately?
No, I deleted
One.
them all off my phone.
Oh, thank God. There is a God.
But next week it's coming back.
That
Just
lasted long.
Don't ruin the quality because there's people. Patreons come first. They pay
Oh, there was one person moaned about it.
me. is that what you're saying?
No, 2 then.
Awful.
Okay, I'll pick a bit of noise.
Nice noise. And not
Okay, I've got one in mind.
not capitalist Nazi,
No,
i.e. curry kittens noise.
no, it's
Capitalist Nazi.
It is.
My daughter accused me of being a Nazi because I walked into her homework club to collect her, and I went like that to her, and she's like, "That's embarrassing."
That's not the right salute.
Well, that's what I said.
What are they
So-
teaching
So
her
then I
at
did a
school?
dance to embarrass her further, and then
No,
she accused
not
me of
that
doing a
dance.
Nazi salute.
Oh, no.
look. Mikey Dread just read my mind in a chat.
What? Oh no!
Oh,
What? No, Mikey. Do I have to mute you? Where is
No,
he?
he
Where's
just
the
knows
org-
what
an
noise
orgasm?
I'm-
Oh my God! It's gonna be like WhatsApp all over again.
So Tony, you've been on some travels, and you were on some travels last week, and now you are no longer on your travels.
Oh no, it's sad. I'm back now.
He's got holiday blues, is what he's got.
I have
No, it's much worse than that. What he's got, unfortunately.
a little bit worse.
Am I allowed
Jack.
to talk about it?
No,
Oh.
let's not. No. let's
So
not.
after you were on the show last week, Tony, what did you get up to?
I went on an airboat, went flying with some lads. I met a guy called Gary who took me out in his convertible MX-5, and we went flying.
that sounds, you know.
Oh, it's cool, man. Like, you can be anywhere in the world. I just put out, yo, what's up, anyone flying around here? This is where I am. And this guy said, yeah, I'll come fly with you.
That's awesome.
Picked me up, took me out, and we went flying. It's
Had
cool, man.
a nice meal. Went back to his place.
How is the
Wrong
flying in
sex.
America? Is there more space? Can you do more stuff?
Well,
Or
we
is it
were
still
flying
funny?
right next to the airport, which hold on.
The American way. Hashtag ruining the hobby.
The airport knew about us flying there. It's Southport Park.
Why did you buzz the tower?
It's quite near the tower.
These assholes. Tony's got like a little banner, like all whistling in the
I
wind.
really
behind you.
wanted to fly. They had, you know what the Americans are like. They love their American flags.
Yeah.
There was massive ones flying at dealerships and stuff. I so wanted to go and fly around a big American flag, but
Trouble is, if you crash, you're
I would have done one of their cars, which was expensive. I know that. That's why I ended up not doing it. But I had a good time though. Found some nice places to fly. I like the flying. As soon as I walked into the Southport, it said "Do not feed the alligators" right near the pond. It's like here, it's "Do not feed the ducks."
Yeah, it's so different, isn't it? I can remember.
There, it's like "Do not feed the alligator." I was like,
I've got
you're nugget size, aren't you, Tony, to an alligator?
well, I'll just be a snack, wouldn't I? And you'll take ages.
that would be very ironic if an alligator ate somebody who was vegan, wouldn't it? I can my friend who lives over there, he's a GA pilot, and on the air traffic control information when you buzz in, one of the warnings that they had was that there were alligators across the runway, and I thought that's something that you would not hear over here. You know what? Oh, we've got a fox. We've got a fox on the runway over there. They've got like killing machines over there. We've got like dinosaurs on the runway. Be careful, sort of thing.
Yeah. No, it was cool. It was good flying out there. I had to change my protocol though. What do I fly with? Come on, brain. Hold on. It's coming. Someone else help me out here.
Crossfire.
Crossfire. There you go. Thank you. I had to change the protocol for that because I would have interfered with their cell towers, I think.
That's weird because it's opposite here, isn't it? Yeah.
So that reminds me, I haven't changed it, so I need to change it back.
You definitely do, otherwise you'll fail safe tone, probably.
Yeah, I do need to change that back before I fly, and I haven't flown since I've been back. I need to do it, and it's raining now, and it's dark. What's the crack with that?
It's been warm. If we're talking about the weather,
I've still got my windows open. What the hell is this? And there's me ripping into Greer about, you know, flying late October. And I feel like a bit of a dick now.
Well, it's a one-off, isn't it? It's an Indian heat wave or whatever they say.
Indian summer. I don't know why they call it that.
So it must be like Planet Hoth up by you, Andy RC.
It's warm, man. I'm sweating through this jumper, I tell you.
At least 12 degrees.
No, it's been 20 degrees today, which is, I think, is crazy warm for October.
It was hot at work today.
Has anyone been taking advantage of that and actually flying?
No.
I have, yeah. I've been testing out all of these. There's a buzzword at the moment, which is the $99 quadcopter. They're absolutely everywhere, and they're a bit of a trick, really, aren't they? I think they are. I mean, people have always been interested in flying cheap, which I understand, and so companies have capitalized on it. So we've got these 3 models at the moment that are like I think with a coupon, one of them was $89, which is that 60 quid or something like that for like a 5-inch. And so I've been testing those out, and
it's getting cheaper and cheaper now, isn't it?
It's been really interesting. I mean, you get what you pay for with them, but they are flyable. So that's what I've been up to.
I've only just got round to start editing my Tyro thing from like a month ago. It's been so long that I think I've lost some of the screen capture footage I did for like Betaflight and stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't, out of all of them, I wasn't much of a fan of the Tyro. I mean, I was when it came out, but then GearBest have come out with these other 2, and they are slightly better.
Yeah, GearBest definitely. I mean, you could see from the Tyro, looking at the spec of it, it's like that camera's going to suck, and it did.
Yeah.
To the point that my ending of the video is going to be like, well, that's how it flew. there's no point in me tuning it because that camera angle is so narrow. It just exacerbates every little movement into weird stuff. So unless you replace the lens or the camera.
And the biggest issue I take with them is that, you know, there's $99 quad, but hang on, you need to buy a receiver, you need to buy a transmitter, FPV goggles, a charger, and a battery. And so that $99 very quickly becomes $250, and it all becomes a bit, you know, I'm not, people seem to grab onto the fact that, you know, oh, it's $99, but well, it's not though, really, is it? It's $250, and if you're spending $250, you might as well spend $300 and get just slightly better components. And that was kind of my conclusion off them all.
Someone needs to do a thing of like the real 99 like dollars challenge, where like they bring their TV outside with an extension cable.
That's
like,
next challenge.
I've already done that, but it's highly illegal.
Yeah, I know, but
sorry. I've thought about doing it, but I didn't because it was highly illegal.
Yeah.
I talked about it on the show before. It can be done but then you've got the issue of new TVs now don't do analog, so it's useless anyway. About 5 years ago, you could have done it. But now all analog signals have gone. So yeah, if you could probably find an old analog TV for about $5 in a cash exchange shop and do it that way or something.
The only way I can think of doing it for under 99 is going with your laptop and your phone that you already own outside, streaming it to yourself, so you've got a massive delay, and then so that's one way to FPV.
I think the cheapest,
or tethered.
To truly do it for under $100, what you do is you go into like B&Q and buy like a sledgehammer, and you go to a drone store, and when they're shut, you smash the window open.
That is definitely northern. That
and that will be my $99. Look at this, $99. It's an Inspire for 99. For 12 quid.
Maybe you could do it remotely. That got me thinking about this really silly project we had once, and we did it with a car. My friend of me in Italy, he had his car, his little Crawley, put an FPV camera on it.
There's a car called the Crawley.
The Crawler.
Oh, I was just
not Crawley. And
I wouldn't sell well.
Basically, he had it FPV'd, then he got it into his capture card and Skyped it to me. I wrote some code so I could use like a what was I using? Just a PlayStation joystick on my computer with the Skype call coming over with the live footage, and I could drive it around using this little bit of code we wrote. That would be fun to do on a quad. Very crashy.
Delayed.
That was one of the first things that I did with my RC channel, actually, was to sort of try and, because FPV used to be a lot of hacking at the start. You know, we didn't have even dedicated goggles, cost a fortune, and they were rubbish. And I thought, how can I FPV on my phone and my computer? So the first, like, you know, few months of my channel were about doing that and using those cheap EasyCap devices. People buy so many of those even now to do FPV and stuff, and you can plug them into your phone. Yeah, you get latency and stuff. But it's flyable, you know, and that was where I first started. And I still try and think of things, you know, ways to make things cheaper, but it's difficult now with you know, how much, you know, how important low latency is for copters. Back then it wasn't, because they didn't fly that great anyways, so it didn't matter. It didn't matter if the footage was a bit shaky because there was a bit of latency. But now it's all about the smoothness, and yeah.
Maybe you could save money by spending less on the frame.
What, by maybe going into Tesco's and asking for a potato? Was that a
hang on. No, 2 seconds before you segue. Have any of you guys heard of this kid called Michael Reeves? He's like William Osman's friend, and he was hacking drones with the child's toy. So he got a DJI Parrot and was using really awful. What is that? What is that the coding thing, Scratch, isn't it? Where you like just drag lines of code into.
Oh yeah, that's Scratch. Just little icons that makes it do stuff.
So you play a game, and as you start the game, the quad flies up, and then you're a little cat in space, and like penises come towards you, and if a penis hits you,
penises?
you lose control of the quad for a bit, or it starts doing erratic flips in the air every time you get hit.
Did anyone see Rotor Riot's Fly Old Tech stuff?
That was what was funny
I've been on about doing that for ages.
What was funny about that is the tech
old stuff.
The tech was like 2016, which isn't old, is it? It's like
well, it is in FPV and computery type.
Well, what do you mean by old tech? Was it what, like KK?
Well, they were flying Simon K 12 amp ESEs and
Basefly. I think they were flying.
That was proper advanced stuff. They should go back to at least a KK1, or have to build their own multi-wii board.
Or
gyros.
No, yeah, exactly. Like mechanical gyros. Because helicopters used to have those, didn't they?
They should, like, that's what David Winstall first brought to the sort of. He really documented it well. The first tricopter using. He didn't invent it, but he publicised it so well. Everybody else jumped on it. And he used 3 gyros on a frame.
It's a good time to plug an episode coming up. We are going to have David on the 25th of October.
This is the one time I shut down your spreadsheet from my tabs and you go and update it. Brilliant. Awesome.
Yeah.
I got told off for hiding too much on the tab thing. No, I've just been annoying Frank slowly, week by week.
Dave's story says, Andy RCI watched the capture card videos and still got a card for co-pilots. Yeah, that was my goal when I first started doing this was I didn't want to go outside, surprisingly.
I want to stay in my northern cave. Everyone scares me.
My dream at the start of my channel was, and this was my goal, what I wanted to do is I wanted to sit in my chair where I am now, do FPV on the monitor in front of me, out there, and so what I did was I tried all sorts of things. As I say, I found a VTX that ran on the old analog BBC channels, so that I could actually just use a TV capture card into the back of the PC. That then plugged into the aerial on top of the house, which is a Yagi aerial that points in the right direction for the thing. I then hang a load of antennas out the side of the for the 2.4, and I also wanted to fly at night, because obviously that's when no one was on the field. So I was getting these low lux cameras that could see in the dark and stuff.
How to get super arrested by
Could anyone watch TV at that particular time on your estate?
Well, what happened was it was analog, right?
They'd be like, this is weird. Every channel's some field. I don't know.
EastEnders. What's going on?
Janet next door getting changed through the window.
I will admit that no, it was analog. So remember, before digital TV came in, there was analog. We actually had
Tony's the only one who remembers.
We had lines across the screen.
I think Curry's older than me.
Yeah, but it looked better.
So
he's gone past his Vince Vaughn days.
To be fair, it did take out a couple of the digital channels because they still run.
There you go.
They run on the. Funnily enough, they run on the around about the 400 megahertz. So there's some long range systems that run on that frequency. But yeah, it would freeze. I had to stop doing that because it was interfering with the TV. Tell
them about your poor neighbour.
Did you say porn neighbour or poor?
There may have been an incident where somebody called round an aerial expert because of their aerial. They might have thought it was broken. So I stopped I'll say I stopped doing it and I started doing it the proper way. And let's leave it at that. Leave it at that.
Oh my god! I think you could be held accountable.
Do you
That's
know
the
when
worst part.
when comedians they have stories that they tell that aren't true, but they say it because they're funny? There's a bit of that in there. Well, let's just leave it at that.
Don't worry, I've got a hard drive with heinous things on.
Anus things.
Yeah.
I think I've seen some of that footage, Jack.
Ripping down an
That's
actual
where he gets his
street.
inspiration for the little doodles on everyone's parcels.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I know. Oh man, like, and flying in the sewers of Brighton. I need to bloody. I need to edit that with you, Frank, because that is heinous. I got so ill from doing that.
I can't imagine why. Hanging around in sewers.
It was on my gear, everything, man. I had to like throw away my. Do you want to know why I don't use my case for my Tyrannus anymore? That's why. It is a biohazard. And my goggle strap.
What bit of your brain said, "Oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to fly FPV down the shithole"?
It's all right, because then it got cleared up with the nicely cleaned and polished with Andy's T-shirt before it was sent to him.
I mean, alarm bell should have rung when, as I went in there, you had to step over a pile of hypodermic needles.
Jesus.
The thing is, as well, is in the early days, it was all DIY hacking stuff, wasn't it? You know.
Yeah, that couldn't be trusted. That would freak out at the slightest thing.
Yeah. So now we've got we've got cameras that are specifically made for FPV. We've got VTXs that were specifically made for FPV. But when I was doing all that stuff that was causing problems with the TV, it didn't exist, you know. So that's what I now we've got. It's much easier to do FPV. But on the other hand, I think there's less innovation because of that. And we're kind of at a point now where it's not moving anywhere else.
I think perhaps we're spoiled a bit because in the olden days, and you know, I don't consider myself doing it that long, doing it starting 2012, but it was just the fact I could get something flying was amazing. Getting it to send video back was myself was even more amazing, and that was enough. The fact it was all like jittery and everywhere, it's like whatever, you can just cope with it. Because going back and trying to fly the old stuff now, you're like, wow, how did I cope with this? It's horrendous. It's terrible.
Yeah, no, but that was a great episode, going back to the to the old stuff, and not having air mode and stuff. That was funny to see, wasn't it, when they chop the throttle and then they've got no controls and the thing just falls out of the sky.
Oh man, I missed that. Yeah, like the good old days.
I nearly gave up 100 times. All that.
I not any control.
The worst part is I did not know how to flip a quad. I didn't know you had to hold. And back then, you had big quads that used to take ages to flip. Do you know what I mean? Like pulling back on the sticker and like holding it and like accelerating to the ground whilst upside down, if you think about it, due to how long it took.
I have no concept of taking the throttle off. My first flip, I'm sort of filming and I'm up here and it's just, it's like watching a cathedral turn around. It's like this, and I'm coming downwards. Am I going to make it? And there's this thing on about 5 feet off the ground by the time it gets around, and it sort of shakes its way back up again. I'm like, yes, did it.
I'll never forget Tony's face when I showed him the poo copter, and he was like, "What is this?" And he goes, "You can't flip that." And like, me and Tony stood in the middle of the field, like crying with laughter at the noise of this. And then he's just like, "I've got this really big battery in the back of my van." So like we linking like 3 or 4 battery straps together, and then taping it onto the bottom of it, and then flying it for half an hour, and just like leaving it in hover mode right next to us, and like wandering around, and then nearly walking into it. You know, we forget
It's
it's there.
longer than the Phantom.
I know. Tony was annoyed then.
Underfluked is asking, when is Andy RC sending the project to Jack and Tony to review?
He doesn't leave his house. Do you even have the postal service up there?
We do, yeah, but it's carrier pigeon. Okay.
I thought it would be like post-apocalypse, like you guys would all like sit and wait and like trap and like hunt the post office postman.
Are you guys up for it now? Tony's back. And
Yeah.
If you, because I've got your, if you could send me your address, Jack, and are you going to put it on Let's Drone Out for the people who have donated to?
Are you editing it?
Am I editing it?
I think we should just stream it live.
Stream it, yeah, stream it. Take a good look at it, and what you will see is how actually that it's not that easy to put out, you know, a review of a product. Maybe that's what you'll find. Maybe you'll find it easy, and therefore, if you do, maybe that's the avenue.
I'm just a lowly reviewer. I get stuff for free.
Okay, Jack. So
look, I'm well aware that I will live to regret this. I've had personal conversations with you. It's fine. Like, I'm gonna bloody murder Tony by the time, because I already know A, the things that work, B, it loves to be on fire rather than flying, and C, like
my worry is that you won't have the gear to actually get it going. Because this is the one thing that people don't realize when you review stuff. People send you stuff and you've got to get it flying with what they've sent you. But what they've sent you is a copter with no receiver, no battery, no transmitter, no FPV goggles, no instructions. And you've got to get video of that flying and put out some good information. So will you have that stuff is what I'm...
Yes,
weekend. It's got a receiver going at least.
You've got a receiver. It's a micro quad. It's a 3-inch copter that's coming to you. So
we could make a grape fly.
You can't make a potato fly.
I did.
Or did you?
No.
Tell us about the potato. Segue time.
So Underfluked, to answer your question, I will get whoever's address it's going to. And it would be very entertaining to see these. And I want an honest review, you guys.
Poo. Well, we already know.
And I could end up losing a contact with this company for a minute.
You're better off. Potato, Frank, speak. I've got 5 minutes before I have to go on the LAC. 4 minutes till I have to go on the Lonely Artist Cast. I'm going to be on the Thursday night show. So after this ends, guys, come check me out. Play some 80s music. Frank, Potato,
yes. I can't remember which one of us started the idea.
I think it was probably me because I'm an idiot.
But
well, you said potato. Are you filming something on a potato? As in, like, the camera was potato, and I was like, let's fly a potato.
Yeah. So then I bought some carbon fiber and designed a motor mount and printed 4 of them off, and bought some nuts and bolts and things, and the receiver. And we had a go a few weeks ago, a month ago, something like that.
Failed miserably.
I just saw it being thrown and smashed to pieces. That's what I saw.
Yeah. What was the issue? I can't even remember what the problem was.
ESCs didn't work.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh yeah, that would be my fault. I decided I set a budget. I didn't want to spend more than this much. We bought some cheap, rubbish ESCs. I bought some cheap rubbish ESCs.
Oh, I've got 3 ESCs I'm taking off a quad. What has gone wrong? So we could make a tri-grape. Let's try to do that as well, Jack, at the same time.
The grape's really small, Tony. Really small.
Okay, a bunch of them, you beanhead.
If you hold them at different lengths, Jack.
Just holding it too far away, Jack.
Exactly.
I love the fact that you guys went, I bought some carbon fiber and printed some stuff. but the potato, instead of just get some sticks and stab them in and just
I
tip some motors on.
wanted to use QAV arms because then you wouldn't have any torque. You wouldn't have any torque. And what happened was with round arms, Andrew / Frank, they would turn, and unfortunately, Frank missed it. But he was recording. He went to adjust the GoPro, and then all of a sudden the arms just rotated, and then we had this spinning potato of death, which I'm hoping that you'll send me the audio from it, because it was one of the most scariest noises I've ever heard.
I think you guys are missing a trick, and with not using the electronic capabilities of the potato.
Well, that comes
potato distribution board. I thought about soaking it in salt water so it'd be conductive, and then just sticking the ground in it. But unfortunately, it starts to carbon as it dries out.
No, can't you make a potato power a light or something?
Oh, stop that! We're not in kindergarten.
Rear LEDs.
Yeah, exactly. Powered by the potato.
Oh man,
with a flight controller.
I think lemons are better. Do you want me to do that?
Yeah.
Isn't there a lemon FPV or something? Is there?
Lemon RX.
Yeah, that's it. I've got one of those. Is that it? That's them, isn't it?
That is, yeah. Oh, it might be. I don't know.
Didn't I make a protocol where this works, Frank?
If you could make an entire drone out of a potato that powers from the
entire
potato.
drone.
I'm not sure they can handle that much amateur. It's like, or they can like a volt or something to power a tiny CD.
Are we going to see the potato flying thing?
Yes, Frank's doing it.
Is it on your channel?
Editing a video of it, of the second build and the flying and the proving that it works and everything. I got slightly distracted by mini airshow stuff, so it hasn't happened yet.
Is it on your channel? Yeah,
it will be going up on my channel. Yeah.
Just can you put that in the chat, please?
Can you print me a larger Colin with arms so I can make Colin fly? 5-inch Colin.
I don't think we can make a 5-inch Colin.
Damn it!
Get away with that.
5 inches is massive, isn't it?
It's what you do with it.
I saw a note on the back of a toilet door that said 5-inch Colin, and then a phone number.
My favourite bit of graffiti in a toilet was I was at a urinal and it said follow the arrow. So I followed the arrow and you'd follow it and it went across the wall. And then it said, congratulations, you're now pissing on your foot. My favourite bit of toilet graffiti. Guys, I've got to go set up the LAC. But Frank, will you see everyone out? And also, can you repost this link several times and send everyone over there?
Okay.
So
Jack's abandoning us. Don't support him in any way.
No.
There's just no.
Do not go over to the ThursdayNightShow.com.
Who helped set up this podcast? Yeah. Okay.
Instead, watch the Land in Your Hand playlist.
It makes.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. I
posted out some
it.
people from the chat at the bottom.
Yeah,
starting from the bottom.
Shout out.
Bill M. What's
Bye,
up?
guys.
First person queue by Jack. Concrete Snail, is that Clive FPV? Chazza FPV. First person queue, done that. Underfluke's in the chat. Mikey Dread, Chazza. Who else is in the chat? I'm scrolling up, trying to find you. I know Green's in the chat. Crikey's in the chat. Erwin, Wayne Davis is in the chat. Let's keep scrolling. I can't read your name. Dave's in the chat. Dave Story. Ladders. Sup. RC Dude. That's as far as I'm going to go. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. Oh, bye, everyone, I should say.
Well, I think we've got another, because we started a bit late, so we've got another 5 minutes left.
Okay.
Do we not have Tornado Girl? Is she not here? I tell you what, I saw one of her flying videos. I saw one of her flying videos the other. She's changed the name to Gun Girl, I think.
Yeah. She bought a gun. She went to America.
I saw one of those. I saw one of her flying videos. She is just an amazing pilot.
I know she's
One of
really, she's
I
really.
couldn't. It's like she's doing all those backwards stunts and stuff, but with a tiny whip. I was like, wow, yeah, I need to up my game when I saw that. Well done, Tornado Girl, but I like the name Tornado Girl and not Gun Girl. Change it back.
Does having the name Gun Girl means all your videos are not suitable for advertising because it contains the word gun?
Yeah,
It's all right, America.
I have a feeling she wouldn't care too much about that.
Uh,
I wanted to talk about something or get your sort of opinion on. I mean, I don't know if you guys listen. Do you guys listen to other competing podcasts, or do you not?
Not at all, Andy. And if you do, you're banned.
Well, some interesting information came out on a competing podcast run by the Rotors of Riot. What do they call it? Unrestricted podcast. And I thought, and Chad Kappa announced that he's doing something very interesting. Did you hear about this? About what his new adventure is, Chad Kappa?
Ooh.
What is it?
He is setting up a non-profit organization to basically to kind of help bridge the gap between FPV and regulators. So you know how like over there they've got AMA and over here we've got BMFA. He's starting up a, like I say, non-profit organization for FPV, because basically he was saying that the AMA have got a lot on their plate and FPV is like just seen as like a really small thing, and drones are seen as a small thing. So he's setting up his own thing for just for FPV to be kind of like I don't know about a regulator, but a company that is sort of like in between. I don't know, like maybe the government and.
Oh, no, I think I heard about this a month or so back. Because I think he started like a Facebook group and started talking about having some sort of representative that was going to be able to lobby governments on behalf of FPVers, because at the moment they haven't really got a voice.
And I thought
like a reasonable idea.
I thought that was a great idea, and like who else other than him could do that as well? You know, I mean, he basically it's.
I mean, in the UK we've got FPV UK, who have been sitting in on the meetings with all the regulators alongside BMFA, you know, with sort of equal standing as them. So there's that. The other one I'm thinking of, the DJI have set up a kind of similar thing for the kind of AP side of things, whose name I have completely forgotten now because it's
drone safe.
No.
Yeah, this is the problem. There's too many. Like I think you know, with someone like Chad, everyone's gonna say, yeah, that's the right thing to do, aren't they? But we don't have that kind of thing over here. It's sort of stagnated. We've got BMFA, FPV UK.
Underfluked has got its node, which is an acronym for something that I've also forgotten.
Oh, I don't know, but I thought that was an interesting thing that he is doing.
Network of drone enthusiasts. There we go.
That's what that's what it's called, is it?
That's the network of drone enthusiasts is the DJI equivalent.
Okay, yeah. But I was listening to, just so happening that I was, you know, clicked on their link and Chad was talking, and that's what I think that was the whole idea behind actually making Drew like president of Rotor Riot, because he wants to concentrate on this this whole, you know, thing with FPV. I thought it was an interesting thing that he was doing, and yeah, something else that's going on in the background.
Back to the barn for me on Sundays, I think, when the weather's changing.
Get your whoop out, Tony.
Well, getting me 2-inch thingy out.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it doesn't get much bigger than 2 inches when it's this cold, eh?
I know.
You know, you can't produce a 5-incher in this weather these days.
No, not anymore.
No, you got to stay indoors with your 2-incher.
Yep, I'm afraid so. Back over to Dorking in the old barn.
No X-Class flying.
Is this barn, is this some sort of official location, or is it just some place you go which is literally a barn?
It is a place that other people can go and fly. You can book it out to fly, and I can't think what it's called.
Is it called the barn?
Downs Meadow Dorking. Look that up on Facebook. It's somewhere you can hire out the barn and fly if you like.
It's called the FPV Freedom Coalition. Yeah,
in
that's
the evenings and Sundays.
Andy Drew FPV said. Sorry, that's Chad's thing that he's doing. FPV Freedom Coalition.
I've been bumped till 10, so I'm not on till 10. So come on at 10.
So Jack, tell me really what happened with my vest, please.
That was the truth. He went out, picked up a Johnny off the street in Brighton, and wiped it all over the top.
I don't know. Frank was bear witness to all of it. I might have jerked off onto it in my sleep. That's always a possibility.
You slept in it?
No, I didn't sleep in it. There's also a video of me, which I will upload at some point, where
You were in the shower.
Yeah, I was in the shower playing Goodbye Horses, and I was like, "Hello, Clarice."
I'm glad I didn't order anything this time.
It seems a good quality top, though, Jack. All joking aside, I'll be wearing it as much as I can once it's been thoroughly cleaned.
In bleach.
I'm sorry. I did rub it into myself, and Frank gave me this dirty look, and I was just like, I just wanted my scent, so you would know who owned you.
You still didn't tell me why there was a tampon included in the package.
Being, it was just like, you were an emotional this time of the month. It's very sexist.
I
don't know. I just found something weird. I found condom, and I was like, I haven't got a female condom. Tampon will have to do.
Did you actually have to go into a shop and buy a packet of those?
No. I got some here for when girls need them.
Oh yeah, just for when randomers turn up and.
Yeah, well,
for when he insults someone too hard and they break his nose and he's just bleeding profusely.
Yeah, that's more like
one each. Yeah. Who knows? That was I gave you the heavy flow one. I don't think I could get that up my nostril.
Oh, is that what the color is? There different colors for the type of. I'm not an expert, Jack.
Your information this week on Let's Throw Now.
Tampons, condoms, very handy survival things. Right, there you go. That concludes. You'll often find them in survival kits. So, shall we conclude? Let's Throw Now.
I think that's about time.
I don't know where to go from there.
All right. Thank you. You've been listening to Let's Throw Now. You've been joined by Andrew / Frank.
Bye.
Andy RC.
I apologise. Good evening, everybody.
He's northern. That apology means nothing.
No,
Tony.
Bonjour.
And Curry Kitten.
Goodbye.
And myself, Brighton Till I Fly. Guys, please come over to the Thursday night show at 10 o'clock. Come say hi in the chat.
Do you give shout outs?
Give shout outs, definitely. If you come over, give us a shout out. I love you guys. And also you can request 80 songs as well. And I may or may not play them, depending on whether Alice's down with them.
Can we play Nightcore?
Yes. I'll give you one Nightcore. As long as it comes up, Curry Kitten, Nightcore.
I think you should make an effort.
Do you want to come over? What's that little outburst? You were like, yes! Yes! He loves a bit of Nightcore.
You should make an effort to play at least one Kim Wilde song for NJ, who is not present at the moment, but is on tour with Kim Wilde, who is very popular in the 80s.
Big shout out to the Patreons who support and run out and keep our show going, especially the ones who pay the editing package. That's Mikey Dread.
Probably Underfluked, I think he pays quite
a lot. Underfluked. Who else? Hang on, I haven't looked in ages. Sorry. Patreons.
Have a look and thank them.
Yes, thank you. Alice Fishy, Adam Weston, Andrea, Anthony Hartfield, Art, Audio Geek, Bloods, Clive, oh no, Coach Home, no, Daniel Carboni, Upton, Davy, Taylor, David Lockhart, Don Robinson, Ferdy, Ferry, Green Patches, Greg, Jemiah, Joshua Bardwell, Lee, Luke Stanton. Oh shit, I read your real name. Sorry. Right, Dread, Paul. There's loads of them. Robert and Luke, Win, Zero. Thanks, guys. I love you guys
so much.
Yeah, we would be so screwed without you. And Andrew/Frank might strangle me.
Did we tell everyone we hit 100,000 on SoundCloud?
Yes, you made an Instagram post about it.
Yeah, but not everyone's seen our Instagram. Does everyone know we got an Instagram account? There you go, you do now.
Cool.
And we hit 100,000 plays on SoundCloud. That's just SoundCloud alone. That's without Apple and whatever else. So quite proud of that.
No, it includes Apple.
Oh, poo. Never mind.
All right. Thank you, guys. And good night.
Bye.